Okay, I'm going to demonstrate the NextShare mobile app, which is designed to be used in conjunction with the NextShareTV set-top box. So I've loaded the app for the first time, and so I need to connect to a set-top box on my local network. So here's a list of all the set-top boxes. There's one in the kitchen, one in the lounge. In this case, I want to connect to the lounge box. So if I hit that, select connect, and I'm now connected, as you can see on the screen. It gives me a notification. And as you might expect, there's a replacement for the kind of physical remote control you get with a NextShareTV set-top box. So I've got a keypad view or a control view, so I can navigate left and right, up, down, as you might expect. And I can also input text on the mobile phone itself, which makes things a little bit easier because I'm given a QWERTY keyboard. It's a bit fiddly on the real remote. So if I select BBC One and comment, just to demonstrate the text input, I can choose to accept text entry directly from the phone. So if I type in, "This is great," and you can see the interface is updating on the TV. Hit done, and it's been submitted to NextShare. I can use the second screen client to find content to play back on the TV. So there are two fundamental ways of doing this, through browse or through a search. So if I go to browse, this shows me the list of all the feeds available to me, one of which is a BBC TV and radio feed. So let's view this as an electronic program guide, which is a grid showing the BBC network's programming schedule for today. So on the left hand side is a list of all the TV channels and radio stations, so I can scroll up and down, and then left and right to view all the programs for today. So if I go to BBC News, I can select the channel to ask the set-top box to play this back live. And I can also drill down.
So was Winston Churchill's.
I can drill down into a program item to view information that specifically relates to that. And there are various menu options at the top. So if this was an item that was due to playback in the future, it would make sense that I perhaps could add this to my calendar, so I can. And I can set an alert to notify me 15 minutes before that it's due to start, so I won't miss it. So I'll go ahead and do that. I can add this to my favourites so that I can easily come back to this item later on. I can search Wikipedia for additional information about the program. And finally, I can view the live conversation on Twitter around this program. So this pulls in live tweets, so it will periodically update, or I can manually update. So if I go back to the menu now, and let's find some kind of catch-up or on-demand items I can play back straight away. So this is Ulink's popular catch-up feed. So all of these are available for viewing right now. So if I scroll down, let's find something interesting. Small potatoes. So with an on-demand item, there are different options available to me. So I can play back directly on the device itself, or I can choose to play that back on the TV straight away. So that'll take a while to buffer. So the phone's fully in sync with the set-top box. So if I go to this third NextShareTV tab, this shows me the program information that's currently playing on the TV, and it provides me with an interface for kind of controlling that program. So as this is an on-demand item, I can use this scrub bar at the top to seek within the program. And I've also got various options for playing and pausing the content, as you might expect. So if someone else interacts with the TV, this view will be updated automatically. So I can also perform a free text search for content. So if I select search, and I'm interested in The Apprentice, so I'm going to look this up. So this will fetch from the server all the available items to play back right now. So let's select The Apprentice, You're Fired, and then I can play this back on the TV.
But commercially she's actually very astute. I think it's just the lack.
Okay, so I'll now demonstrate some of the interactivity that's available for certain programs. So if I select Favourites, at the top there you can see the Tree of Life, and there's a little white Lemo symbol in the top left that indicates that it does have interactivity. So I'm going to set this playing back on the set-top box, and let's resume playback because I've already started watching this. So this goes through a short buffering stage while it's loading in content. Okay, so this is loaded the Tree of Life, which is a short video with David Attenborough as narrator. So let's enable the sound for this.
Diversified into different groups. Some remain attached to one another.
Okay, so if I then click the Lemo button, so this has subtitle information available, which again is synchronized to the TV. So in this case to David Attenborough's narration. So another option that's available, shown here in this kind of tab view, is chaptering. So this enables me to view what chapter's currently playing back. I can scroll through all the chapters that are available for the Tree of Life clip. And I can also use this to switch between chapters. So there it's moved the playback position to the section about fish. So multiple second screen clients can be connected to the same set-top box, and also it's very easy for me as a user to move from one set-top box to another. So I'm connected to the kitchen box on the left, but I may want to kind of go through to the lounge to watch TV in there. So I can select lounge box and connect. And now you can see I'm controlling the other TV. So this kind of movement from one box to another can also encompass transferring kind of playback context. So if I start playing back something on the lounge TV, so I'll find something from the catch-up feed. So it takes a little while to buffer. And there we are. So I'm watching Numberjacks on the lounge TV, and now I want to move through to the kitchen. So I go back to the list of NextShareTV devices, and let's hit kitchen box, and then I'm given the option to either move or copy my TV session over. So if I move the TV session, it will stop playback on the lounge box and resume from the playback offset on the kitchen set-top box. So once again, that will take a small amount of time to buffer. Okay, so I can also copy the session, which should result in both TVs displaying the same content. So this could be if I'm moving from one room to another, but I'm not the only person viewing the TV. So I don't want to disturb their TV session, but I want to kind of continue watching it as well in another room. Okay, so they're not perfectly in sync, but because of the buffering time, but I won't miss any content. So I can also send a message to any of the set-top boxes on my local network. So I'm currently connected to the kitchen. Perhaps I want to send a message next door to the lounge set-top box. So I click send message, and maybe I want to recommend that they should watch what I'm watching. So hey, watch this, and you can fill in the blanks. ... And I can associate an image with this message. So for no good reason, let's choose a cupcake. So message, and that appears in the top right hand corner of the TV screen. So this mechanism can be used not only for messaging, but you can imagine it be useful for alerting the TV user to something interesting happening on the mobile, such as a piece of interactivity. Perhaps there's a live poll or a quiz question requires an answer. And it could also be used to notify the TV user that there's an item in their calendar that's due to playback in the live schedule.